Okay, it's almost official. Lionel Messi will be a Manchester City player for the 2020-21 campaign in the English Premier League after the Argentine reportedly agreed a 5-year deal with the club's wealthy owners. According to reports, the deal is worth a staggering €700 million and will see the legendary forward spend 3 years at the Etihad before moving to Major League Soccer franchise New York City, which is also owned by the City Football Group, CFG. The Argentine heavyweight has grown frustrated at the direction his club had been heading in the last few years, and after growing tired of how many problems they've faced off the field, Messi wants out. The veteran forward recently submitted a transfer request in what is now commonly known as the Burofax affair. Following the team's 8-2 thrashing at the hands of Bayern Munich, Messi has made this decision and is not looking to change his stance at all. Signing Messi was never going to be an easy task for any club, given the fact that the 33-year-old has only got 1 year left on his contract, but is still valued at €700 million, the same amount City are willing to pay for landing the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner. City are willing to meet Messi's financial demands, but are also hopeful that the player would be able to negotiate a deal with Barcelona that allows him to leave Camp Nou for free. But a staggering salary is not the only reason why City have been able to strike a deal with Messi. Reportedly, the Argentine international will also be offered an equity stake in the City Football Group, which is something totally unheard of. The contract is a lucrative one for sure and will make Messi the highest paid football player on the planet for the next 5 years. We're more than certain that no other player will be earning this much money for the coming future, but then again, when Messi calls you and shows interest, you do whatever you can to make him work for you. However, a hefty salary isn't the only reason why Messi's so keen on jumping ship. The Argentine international is desperate to reunite with Pep Guardiola. It was during the Spaniards' time at Camp Nou where Messi enjoyed probably the best moments of his career, winning a bucket load of trophies and helping himself to several accolades. So what's stopping Messi from leaving? Well, according to reports in Spain, Barcelona president Josep Maria Bartomeu is clinging on for his dear life and his reputation. The president really does not want to allow Messi to leave and cement his legacy as the man who sold Messi. However, what Bartomeu wants and what he can get are two different things. Barcelona are heavily in debt thanks to their mindless spending on players in recent seasons. The club is under heavy debt, and many others within the confines of Camp Nou would be wondering if it will actually make sense to keep a 33-year-old for so much money. Indeed, Barcelona are in a period of some serious transition regardless of what they say in front of the media. The club needs a reality check and an injection of fresh blood, fresh ideas, and a complete reboot. Sorry Solskjaer, I'm taking your line, but Barcelona need a cultural reboot. But then again, the whole Messi-Barcelona affair can't be concluded without any drama now, can it? This is a relationship that's gone sour, and there are quite a few reasons why we're perhaps looking at a transfer drama. So let's just list out some of the technical aspects of this issue. Messi signed a contract that will expire on June the 30th, 2021. The final season of this contract was meant to be an option year. This means that Messi can decide to terminate his contract and become a free agent simply by informing the club about his decision. However, Messi informed the club of his decision only recently, which means that he doesn't get to leave as a free agent. But there is a valid argument if we think about it. As we all know, all of us thought that football was pretty much over a few months ago. Worldwide lockdown meant that there was no footballing activity, and it changed a lot of things during the duration of this transfer window. The Messi camp claims that since the 2019-20 campaign was also disrupted, Messi's June option should be considered at a forward date. Does that make sense? So basically, Messi believes that he's well within his rights to be allowed to leave for free. Maybe there's some clause in his contract that allows things to work out in his favour under exceptional circumstances. Here's another thing. FIFA did issue a legal opinion where it clearly stated that it would make sense if contracts are extended through to the end of the season. No one could have predicted the turn of events either. Indeed, if that were the case, the likes of Thiago Silva and David Silva would have been free agents months ago. However, the problem is that FIFA's opinion is just a legal opinion and has no bearing on national employment laws. Unless there's an agreement, ladies and gents, we're heading towards a courtroom drama. Barcelona definitely feel differently about this issue and would be happy to know that they have an ally in the shape of La Liga. Javier Tebas, the La Liga president, has already sided with Barcelona on this, and who can blame him? Tebas would never want one of the greatest players in the game's history to leave his league. Messi's departure would definitely see the league's global appeal go down a notch or two. After already losing the presence of Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo, Barcelona would hate to see another global star leave. But then again, Tebas can only give moral support to Barcelona. The worst that he could do would be to refuse to issue Messi a domestic transfer license, which is pointless because the Argentine would not be staying in Spain if he's already decided to leave. So it'll come down to the bigwigs and the men in suits, laying it all on the line in the cold confines of a Spanish court. But the funniest thing, or perhaps bizarre, is that Messi works with a law firm that's previously looked after a lot of Barcelona affairs, so this would prove to be a drawn-out legal battle that's going to hurt both parties. So what does logic dictate? In all honesty, it would be ideal if both parties thought things through rationally rather than turning this all, whatever this is, into a publicised naming and shaming affair. Messi's 33, he isn't getting any younger. He has already not shown up for training and his heart is no more at Camp Nou. Ronald Koeman has already inherited a squad that's not in a great place right now, and players will be affected by the whole Messi situation. For Barcelona, and more so for Bartomeu, this legal battle is going to further tarnish his reputation even more so than it already is. The club's president is understandably desperate to hold on to his prized asset, but what is the point of holding on to a player who no longer wants to represent Barcelona? It would be much better if both parties settle things out of court. Barcelona are in transition and need to focus on making the squad better, clear out the deadwood and rethink their recruitment policy. The club's academy is in tatters and graduates are leaving for other teams because they no longer see a route to the first team the way that it was a few years ago. Messi, on the other hand, would do well to not leave on such a sour note and risk tarnishing his status as the greatest player who ever played for the club. The club's fans are going to be very understanding if he leaves, but any tantrums and globally, Messi's image might be tarnished a little. Moreover, Messi's departure could be a blessing in disguise for the club. For over 10 years, everything Barcelona have done has been designed to cater to their star player. From signing the right players to bringing the right managers, everything about La Blaugrana revolved around Messi. This was the reason why a lot of players never realised their true potential, since they were essentially Messi's sidekicks in his quest for greatness. With Messi gone, the club's players will have some breathing space and will be able to play in a way that suits their strengths, and Koeman will also be able to lay out tactics that would serve more than just one individual on the pitch. Moreover, the club's wage bill will be reduced significantly once Messi leaves. Messi, on the other hand, really needs a change of scenery. Throughout the 1920 campaign, you could see from his body language that something was wrong. The 33-year-old just doesn't feel at home anymore at Barcelona. He's been at Camp Nou since he was 13. He loves the club and calls the city his home. He's already cemented his legacy on the field and that can never be taken away. Perhaps if he wants to one day, Messi might even take a leaf out of Johan Cruyff's book and become the club's manager. But all this is never going to happen if the issue is taken to court. Courtroom fights can be testing and have the potential to bring out the worst in everyone. It's clear that there will be a fair amount of mudslinging if that happens. Messi is a very private and quiet individual and is rarely found making emotional statements, but when he does make a statement, the world listens. The Argentine never said a word to the press, but his single act was enough to make suitors line up. And now it is at Manchester City where he will most likely be playing in the coming seasons. Is that going to happen? Well, if you ask us, we do feel that Messi is going to leave Barcelona and the club will not be able to do much about it. After guiding the club to some of its greatest moments, Messi has earned the right to leave on his terms, and it would be a shame if the club creates a huge deal out of it. Imagine how messy things could have been had the likes of Xavi and Andres Iniesta left on bad terms. Are Barcelona actually ready to go down that route? Would it actually help Bartomeu being in the right side of history if he becomes a stumbling block in Messi's move to Man City? The 8-2 humiliation at the hands of Bayern was perhaps the final nail in the coffin that made Messi decide what he wanted to do. The Argentine's heart is clearly set for a move to the Etihad, and come regardless of how things pan out, the legendary forward is going to leave Camp Nou. And if he actually causes a stir on his way out, would you blame him for that, given the amount of hits he's silently taken for the club? We won't. Want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live.